Hi friends, this is Poetry Rev, and today I'd like to tell you about What Woman That Was, Poems for Mary Dyer by Myles. It was published in 2022 by Final Thursday Press. This chapbook is really wonderful. It takes us into the perspective of a Quaker woman from the 17th century who was killed in Boston for being a Quaker and for continuing to come into Boston when she was supposed to stay out. And for visiting people who were in jail because of also being Quakers. Um, the poems in here occasionally take us into the present, and Anne has done such a wonderful job of really bringing this woman's story to life and imagining just a perspective for her and imagining emotions for her because so little is known about her actual life and her inner life. So I'm going to read the poem Mistress Dyer and the Wilderness, Boston, summer 1636. Sometimes the wind comes from the bay and it carries me to the Thames, but rarely. We are bare and new in this western light, shining and shone on. We are raw planks to build with. We are lichen clinging to the rocks. Every day I wonder, here I am. We survived the crossing, a blind womb. One baby left tucked in the burying ground of St. Martin in the Fields, another lies kicking in the cradle by my feet. Here I shall live as mistress of a house. Here I must climb out of the flesh into perfection. My foot snags in clover on the common, vines grown up, walls, and fence posts in June heat. Each week I rip them down, the sound like ripping out an ill-done seam when I was taught to sew. I think of my wedding gown in the chest, twining flowers thickening the silk, the bees shimmering in gold and silver thread. No cause to wear such pictures here. Last eve I stood outside the house and spied on the wall a huge moth resting, greener than a cabbage, spots like strange eyes staring into mine. I knew it for a sign, but what? I felt a voice inside me stirring, murmuring, "Be still and wait. Thy life is coming. Thou art being called, beyond imagining." A howling wilderness, we say. I hear noises in the dark sometimes. The forest is not very far, vast mainland past the gateway of the neck. How strange to think of living neighbor to what would rejoice to kill you. The wilderness of this world. I weigh that phrase sometimes. In every place, we are looking for a different home. But I think grace too is something wild. God's savage freedom springing as he chooses. The hunger that claws inside our hearts to be nothing, to be all Christ, emerged into our holiness, wings unfurled. If we speak, it is Christ that speaks, John Everard preached in London. Hearing Christ in a woman's voice, rising in a hushed and crowded room, I feel a roaring like a sea storm, drawing me out to stand on the wet rocks as waves crash toward me, as someone calls, "Turn back," but I stand and stretch my arms, face heavenward, crying, "Nay, nay, I am ready for it. I am not afraid. I am ready now." So, this chapbook is fantastic. Definitely check it out. Thanks for watching.